All right, hi, this is Jing, and this is a pitfall story that I was inspired by a discussion with a very savvy businessman who has had a long history of success here in Bali. So the question is, should you take a direct booking from a guest who is staying for a long period of time in May over the potential of short-term bookings in June? It's a really interesting question because it's very tempting as an owner to do that. And in particular, the guest is asking to execute this transaction outside of the platform. Is that a good idea? I think it becomes a question of whether or not we're focusing long-term or short-term. Okay, so on the short term, it's of course very good because this guest is money in the table, it's a bird in the hand. There's immediate cash that can be transacted. They're probably going to be a good guest, so why not? Here's a few good reasons why not long term. Number one, if you're just getting started in your property and you've gotten a long-term guest, that could be a blessing or it could be a curse. I'll tell you why. As soon as you get a long-term guest, then what has happened is that it slows down the possibility for your property to gain a quick sequence of reviews. When that happens, it makes it hard for you to develop a established brand and ranking in order to pursue future bookings. Your first bookings that come in should be gotten done as quickly as possible so that the reviews can be implanted as possible so that you can sell long range dates into the future as quickly as possible. And it's not easy to sell those long range dates when there's no reviews on your listing. So that makes it then a double problem. You are kind of stuck in the cycle of getting more and more into dependency on direct bookings. But what's the problem with direct bookings? Why don't we want direct bookings? Well, direct bookings are sort of like eating your seeds instead of planting your seeds. What do I mean by that? So a direct booking, yes, you can consume right away and it gives you immediate cash flow and sustenance, but direct bookings generally cannot be compounded through two factors. Number one is the recommendation system. The recommendation system on platforms like Airbnb need to learn how guests are making their decisions. They need to follow the guest process from the point that they search to the point where they book in order to make that flow easier for the next guest to find you. So the recommendation system learns nothing if, let's say, the guest books direct, and therefore, if it learns nothing, it can't rank you. And the second thing I think about taking direct guests is that now you've slowed down your ability to get online guests. And the online guests are hundreds of times more abundant than the ones that you see in front of your eyes. On any successful listing, you get about somewhere between 100 to 1,000 people looking at it every day. So then the question is, do you believe that the person in front of you, standing right in front of you, is the highest bidder for those dates ahead?